Okay, this is our next homework helpers video, and today we'll be looking at Unit 21 for Grade 5. As usual, we start off with the activities, question 1, 2 and 3. Question number 1, we start off with 7 plus 2, 4 plus 2 and so on. Then we have 8 minus 5, 7 minus 5, so on, and 7 times 0, 6 times 0, 8 times 0. Hopefully that won't be too difficult for you. Okay, 5,000 plus 90,000 plus 60 plus 7 can be written as, they want you to write that as a number. So you need to think the 5,000, would that be the first digit, as in the 5, or is the 90,000, is that going to come first? So 90 something thousand and, okay. Number 5, complete the pattern, 20, 15, 11. You need to think to yourself, what are they doing each time to this number to get to the next number? So what have they done to the 20 to get to 15? I'm guessing, let's start off with they've taken away 5. And now what have they done to the 15, sorry, to get to 11? Well, 15 take away 4 is 11, so they've gone minus 5 to get to that, minus 4 to get to that. What do you think they'd minus next? Minus, and there we go. Which has the least value? Okay, this one's a little bit tricky because we've got 2 out of 100 and then 1 out of 10. I wonder how I make the 6/10 into hundreds. What do you times a 10 by to make it 100? 10 times 10 equals 100. So whatever you do to the bottom number, you must do to the top. So 6 times 10, so it'll be 60 hundredths, 66 hundredths, or 6 hundredths. The next one, we've got number 7. Toy cars are $2.55. If Thomas buys 3, what change will he get from $10? So you need to think $2.55 times 3, it'll give you a total, and then you take that total away from $10 to figure out your change. Convert 0.61 into a percentage. Okay, well, let me tell you that 1.00 equals 100%. So if it was 0.50, that would be 50%. So I wonder what 0.61 would equal in percentages. Next one, circle the number closest to 20,000. Of these numbers, which is closest to 20,000? You should be right with that one. Number 10, I need 13 litres of paint. I could buy, alright, so they need 13 litres of paint. You need to figure out which is the cheaper way. 4 litres of paint, there's 4 tins, you'd get 16 litres of paint, and it would cost $8.95 for each tin, so it'd be $8.95 times 4, or $8.95 plus $8.95 plus $8.95 plus $8.95, that'll give you the total cost for that one. Or you can get this one over here, 14 litres of paint, for $27.95 plus $8.95. See if you can figure out which would be the cheapest. Measurement 2300 on an analog clock is, well, they've got this in 24-hour time. With 24-hour time, if it's 7 o'clock in the afternoon, we add 12 onto the 7, and it would be 1900. If it was 7 o'clock in the morning, it would be 0700. So that's telling us straight away that the 23 must mean it's in the evening. Actually, it's almost midnight. You figure it out from there. Number 12, an empty 750 milliliter glass bottle has a mass of 89 kilograms. When it's full of water, when it is full of water, it has a mass of, interesting. So it's empty. This is a challenge for you. The glass bottle all by itself with no water in it weighs 89 kilograms. You should know or remember that 1 milliliter equals 1 gram, and that's 1 milliliter of water. If you got 1 milliliter of water and you weighed it, it would equal 1 gram. So 750 milliliters equals how many grams? Let me give you a clue. 700 milliliters of water equals 700 grams. 750 milliliters would equal 700 and how many grams? And that's the weight of the water, but you also then need to add on the weight of the glass jar. See how you go with that. Alright, next one, 13. Here we go. The gateway is 2.1 centimetres wide. Correct the statement if necessary. Okay, the gateway is 2.1 centimetres wide. Is there an error there? Should there be a gap between the 0.1 and the cm? I wonder. Okay, this is a square. Sava calculated the area of the square to be 24 metres square. Correct the answer if necessary. 6 metres is the width. The length would be also 6 metres if it is a square. How do we get the area? We would say length times width, or 6 times 6. Does 6 times 6 equal 24? 15. A centre cube has a mass of 1 gram, a volume of 1 centimetre cube, and 1 millilitre. So a large cube weighing 1 kilogram would have a volume of, well, ask yourself how many grams, because it's like over here we can say 1 gram equals 1 centimetre cube equals 1 millilitre. All you have to do is ask yourself how many grams are in a kilogram. 1,000. So 1,000 grams equals 1 centimetre cubed, or 1,000 maybe millilitres. I'm trying not to say the word there. Number 16. It is 32 degrees Celsius. The temperature drops 11 degrees and then another 4 degrees. So there's a bit of a takeaway process for you there. Space. Here are 3 coin sections, here are 3 cross sections of the same solid. Name it. Ooh, I'm not going to help you with that one. I want you to see if you can figure it out, because that's quite challenging. Yeah, see how you go with that one. Very interesting. 3 cross sections of the same solid, so it's a 3D shape. And if you cut it that way, and then maybe that way, look at it again, cut that way. So one of them is cut that way, one of them would be cut that way, and the other could be cut that way. So if you cut it that way, you might get a circle. If you cut it that way, you might get an oval. If you cut it that way, you might get a triangle. Let's see how you go with that. This angle measures 50 degrees. Okay, this angle measures 50 degrees or 130 degrees. Circle the correct answer. Well, we know a right angle is 90 degrees, and that's bigger than a right angle, so I wonder which one it is. Alright, moving on. Number 19. Will this pattern tessellate? And tessellating patterns as patterns that when you place next to each other, okay, let's imagine I had 20 squares. I could keep placing those squares next to each other and there would be no gaps. So if I had 20 of these octagons and placed them next to each other, would there be any gaps? If there wouldn't be any gaps, you would say yes, it tessellates. Number 20, write the coordinates of x. We always start at the bottom, so it would be 0, b for x. I wonder what it is for y and z. Okay, this line shows the average mass for height of people. Is Tom overweight or underweight for his height? So, here's the height. That's where Tom is in height. Here's the mass, which is the weight. So it's saying, for a person this high, they should have a mass up there. Is he underweight or overweight? You figure it out. And then probability. 3 people, A, B and C, are in a race. List the possible placings. I'm not going to go over that one because we've had that kind of question quite a bit in the past couple of weeks. You should be right with that. Okay, here we go. Discovery of the Darling Downs. Read the information and then comprehension questions. You simply need to read the answer, the text, and then you should be able to find the answers. Yep, most appropriate name for the gap. Cunningham was found. Okay, interesting. Okay, number 5. You should be fine with number 4. Number 5, name these events in order. So there's some sequence of events activities. Spelling and vocab. Find the words that are incorrectly spelt and then rewrite it. Find the word in the list which has the closest meaning to the underlined word. So fierce, would it mean calm, worried, tired or frightening? Okay, and so on. Find the word in brackets which completes each sentence. Pay your fare or fare as you get on the bus. Once again, you could use Microsoft Word to help you with that. Microsoft Word has a thesaurus, which is pretty cool. And then we're rewriting the sentence, putting the phrase in its correct place. Okay, the lady with carved legs bought an antique table. Okay, rewrite this sentence, putting the phrase in its correct place. The lady with carved legs bought an antique table, I see. I'm guessing the lady wouldn't have carved legs now, would she? Alright, so maybe it should be the lady bought an antique table with carved legs. Then punctuate the sentence correctly. And you should be right with that, guys. Wow, that was quite a lengthy homework helpers for you. Hopefully you'll be right with that.